one day after class, she came up to me and she's like, hey, do you want to go out? And I thought to myself, that's awesome, yes.
Aaron called me, seemed really excited. He's like, hey man, can you cover my shift? I've got this date with this girl, Sahara. And he went into a lot of detail, and I was like, I don't really want to cover your shift. I was planning on staying home and doing a solo power hour where I take 60 shots of beer alone in 1 hour.
So yeah, Darren told me he was going on a date with Sahara. And when I found out that, they had a thing, I was kind of, surprised.
I picked her up from her place, and we went to this restaurant, this nice restaurant, and we sat outside. I remember she got a salad. I think it was like a salmon salad. And we ended up just having this great conversation, like a conversation that the kind that we didn't have like in class. It's like we actually got to know each other more on a personal level. And we sat there and we just had a really nice time. And about an hour in, we were like, okay, well, we wanted to go, it was like a dinner show. So it's like, we had a nice dinner and like, let's go to a movie.
Aaron texted me for movie tickets or suggestions, and I immediately put down my beer and got online and ordered him 2 tickets to that Superman movie, the one with Kevin Spacey and the guy from Westworld is playing No, he wasn't Superman. The guy from Westworld was like the normal guy that Lois Lane was married to, I think. And anyway, like, that was so sweet when the bullet hit Superman's eye.
And then she just like, I want a large popcorn and a large drink. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Dinner, large popcorn. Oh, okay, that's cool. And the guy was like, all right,
At this point, I was doing research, and I know he was about $260 into this date.
I'm already in a lot, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to go in for the hand as we're watching this movie because, first of all, this movie's terrible. This Superman is like terrible.
I mean, going into a Superman movie, the arc, it's gonna be, oh my gosh, this alien learned about Earth a little bit, cute fun scenes, and then he's gotta lose his power because it's freaking Superman, and then he's gonna have to get his power back because the humans around him, who he helps, have to help him because we all help each other. So I mean, you knew what you're getting into.
And so like I'm sitting there and I'm like halfway through the movie thinking like almost like a double Dutch game. I'm like, okay, when am I going to jump in? When am I going to jump in? And I'm like, I'm going to go in for the hand. And I go in for her hand to reach down and like grab her hand just to hold it. And she pulled back. And I'm like, whoa, I got denied a hand. Like that's never, I'm like, everything's going great, I thought. It's like we had dinner, there's a movie. And so the rest of the movie, all I'm thinking about is like, what went wrong?
And gas money, so I started to add this up, and I was like, that's got to be a solid, $350 that you just dropped on this girl, and she didn't even want to hold his hand, which I'm like, God.
So they go to a movie. I don't remember what they saw. Doesn't even matter, but what matters is he went in for a handhold, got the denial, but he stuck with it. Aaron's a resilient guy. And afterwards, they're walking around, I think, the Burbank Mall.
We're walking back to the car, and as we're walking back to the car, she sees Build-A-Bear, which is a company that basically taxidermies stuffed animals.
Being in Build-A-Bear was a chance for Aaron to show Sahara who he really was. A very loyal guy. That's pretty much it.
So we go into Build-A-Bear. I've never built a bear before. She's like, oh, I like this one. She picks it out. And she says, oh, can we get the foam guitar and a vest for the bear? And I'm thinking to myself, what now was like initially like a $20 bear all of a sudden becomes like a $60+ bear because she's adding all these like random accessories, So it's kind of like the date, and I'm taking her home and I'm just thinking to myself, all right, this is good. We had fun. It was nice. We had good conversation. We get to her house. I'm dropping her off. Park the car. She's like, I had a really nice time. I'm like, yeah, it was really good. And I'm like, kind of like inching in, like, all right, am I feeling it? This, kind of testing the waters out. And then she stops me. She's like, Aaron, I have a boyfriend. And I'm like, what are you doing with me right now? Like, why are we out? And she's like, what? She's like, I just, wanted to go out. And like, I'm like, are you kidding me?
If you look at it like a normal human being on a date, he's taking a burn. This is a burn. Aaron's getting burnt.
You step up to the plate and your team's got 3 men on, and it should be an easy bunt to get the guy in from third, and he just fouled out.
Yeah, I am mad at you. Can you just leave and get out of my car, please? And she said this to try to make up for it. She was like, well, she's like, you could keep the bear. I was like, I don't want the bear. That's not the point. I don't get out of my car. And that was the day that we killed Osama bin Laden.
But that was the day that we got Osama bin Laden. So there was a win.
But I think there's something to hold your head high about, and that's what SEAL Team 6 was able to accomplish on the other side of the globe by taking out Osama, coming in on those stealth choppers, landing quickly and efficiently, storming the compound where Osama was, taking out all of those dirty terrorists with American-made bullets, keeping the women and children safe, taking the compound, and finally eliminating the target, which was Osama. So good job, SEAL Team 6, home safe, mission accomplished. Sorry, Aaron.